Hello, colleagues. Today I'll introduce some extended features to you that can be used in Picvario system. We'll start with property templates. Property templates make it possible to significantly reduce the time required to fill in asset properties. You can use the properties of one of the assets as a basis and create a template in order not to type the same information each time, for example, copyright or usage rights. Let's select an asset and check its properties. In copyright field, we type, for example, Picvario and confirm the input. Next, we go to the Properties Template section in the right sidebar and click the Create New Template button. You can create a private template available only to you or a shared template available to all authorized users. We can give it a name, for example, copyright. Here we can choose which of the properties you want to save to the template. We choose copyright and we can see the value, Picvario. We can either add this value to the content of this field or replace it. We select Replace and click Save once we have selected all the necessary properties. The available templates are displayed in the right sidebar for all authorized users. After creating the template, you can apply it to multiple assets and edit their properties in a few clicks. Now, as you can see, we've applied our metadata template to these assets and they all have Picvario in their copyright field. We also have a feature called linked assets. We can link one asset to others to make your work with assets more efficient and switch over assets quickly and easily. For example, you can tie together a contract with a photographer and their photo shoot, or a contract with a model release, and the pictures with this model. We select an asset, which will be our main asset in the group, and go to the Linked Assets section on the right sidebar. Here we click the Link with Assets button. A new window will open where we can select the assets. We can scroll the asset feed, use the search bar or filter panel, and even switch to a collection feed to find the necessary assets. Click on them to add them to the group. If we do not need this asset, we can exclude it by clicking across here. Once we've done, we click Done button, select Linked, and click the Link Assets button. Now we have this group here. We can view these thumbnails, open the whole group in another tab, or open each of them separately. If we want to unlink one asset, we just click on the cross near it, and if we want to unlink all these assets, we click here. In Picvario, we also can work with supporting files or auxiliary files. Supporting files are not assets per se, which means that they do not contain metadata and are not indexed in search. They are any variations or additions to the main asset that has no independent relevance without it. For example, we have an asset which is a PDF document made on the basis of a presentation or docs file. We can store this presentation or a document as a supporting file. If it is a photo, we can store its original in RAW format. To upload a supporting file, select the asset to which you want to add a supporting file, go to the Files tab, and select Add File. And select the file from your device that you want to upload. We can only view the list of supporting files. It is not possible to open a preview of the supported file in Picvario, we can only download it or delete it. To open the file, we need to download it to our device. We also can replace a proxy version. This feature gives us the ability to edit the asset's thumbnail. This is especially relevant for audio tracks and videos. Since the proxy is generated automatically, sometimes we need to adjust the asset's cover manually. To replace a proxy, select an asset, go to the Files tab, and select the proxy you want to replace. Click on the Replace button below. You can either upload a file from your device or pick the current frame as a thumbnail. Let's try it. Here we have a new cover. We also can replace an original asset. For example, if you want to update a presentation or a document stored in Picvario. To replace the original file, select an asset, go to the Files tab, and select the original you want to replace. Click on the Replace button below, drag and drop the new file to this window. The proxies will be regenerated, the previous file will be moved to the supporting files, and the new one will retain all the metadata and links to it. In Picvario, you can select one or multiple assets, check them out from the system, edit them on your device, for example in Photoshop, and check them back into the system into the original asset. In this case, the original file will be replaced and transferred to the supporting files. We select one asset and check out, or we select multiple assets and click Checkout. Such an icon appears on the asset as it is extracted from the system. Now I'll crop the image and change colors, and we'll try to return it. I'll be right back. Now we have our resized file. It is essential not to change the name of the file because it contains a special code, and by this code, the system will understand where to upload it. Now we click Check-in button and select our file, or if we have checked out multiple assets, we just import them back as usual. The icon will disappear and the proxies will be regenerated on the basis of our new file. The cropped and recolored version is now the original file, and the previous original file goes to the supporting files. The metadata of the asset will remain as they were, and all the links will still be active. Comments are a convenient tool for selecting and agreeing on content. You can leave comments on both assets and collections. You can add a comment to an asset and mention other Picvario users using @, and this user will receive a notification here in Notifications tab, which is located on the navigation bar, and by email. So it is a good tool to communicate between the users. We can, for example, ask a designer to remove something from the photo or change color and so on. We can subscribe to receive notifications about new comments on a particular asset. By default, we receive notifications about assets that we have uploaded, meaning if we are the owner of the asset. We can add comments to a particular point on the image or video. You can delete a comment only within 5 minutes after it was published. After this period, the notification will be sent and the comment will remain here like forever. Let's see how it works with the video. Click this icon and you can leave a comment to the certain point or to the whole frame. Here is my comment, and here we can see if it is a comment to a frame or to a point and the time frame. We can click on it and navigate between different frames in the video. In Picvario, we also can create import links and share them with unauthorized users, such as freelance photographers. Using these links, they can upload content to Picvario without having access to the system. We go to the Import Link section on the right side bar and click the Create Link button. Here we can define a specific collection if needed, so that the files will be added to this collection, and set up an expiry date and password if we like. Once we've done it, we click the Create Link button, copy the link, and give it to an external user. That's all that the external user can see: the email of that person who created the link and shared the link to import files. Now we just drag and drop files here, and once the file is processed, we see nothing but the caption "One file imported." Click the button below to upload more images. That's it. The external user can see nothing, but we can get these images in the defined collection. This feature is pretty popular among our customers. In Picvario, we can divide uploaded videos and audios into scenes, switch between scenes, add tags and person tags to the scenes. These tags and person tags are indexed in search, and they redirect the user to the particular scene in the asset by clicking. When importing video or audio, one scene is automatically generated. It is called default scene, and it lasts from the beginning to the end of the asset. If we select a video, we can run an autosplit or add scenes manually. Let's try it with autosplit. Now we have our scenes here. We can give a name to each scene, which will appear here on the timeline. We can change the time when the scene starts. We can merge scenes or delete them and add tags or person tags to a particular scene. As we switch to the Properties section, we can see the tag here with a special icon. If we just click on the text, it works as a usual tag, but if we click this icon near the tag, we'll be redirected directly to this particular scene. It will be useful for a recording of an interview or a conference where a certain topic is discussed, or in the case of person tags, a particular person starts speaking. We can open the video on the particular scene with just one click, so it helps a lot with navigation. The same goes for audio files. Let's talk about the main page. The main page is a great way to showcase your content. The main page will load the very first when users log in instead of the asset feed. Thus, it will form the first impression of your content. The main page is a set of collections selected by the user and arranged according to a given scheme. The main page can also be used for quick navigation to the most relevant collections. When you click on the preview of the collection on the main page, you go to the assets of this collection. The main page consists of different types of blocks, which in turn contain different collections. There are three types of blocks. Type 1 is a large block with a single collection. We can click on it and see the assets linked to this collection. Next, we have type 2. It is a table of 6 selected collections. Type 3 is a collection feed. It can be scrolled left and right to view all the collections in the feed. The number of collections in the feed is unlimited, and the number of feeds is also unlimited. If we want the main page to be accessible to unauthorized users, we use public collections to configure the main page. And if we want the main page to be accessible only to authorized users, we use common collections. The administrators of the system can access the statistics here to see the export history. The administrators can see who downloaded files, when, which proxy version, and so on. They also can download this information as an Excel book. The administrators also have system settings here. For example, here we can add users, create groups, and organizations. Please note that the rights for these groups and organizations are set up in the administrative panel. In Storages section, we can add a storage. We support S3, Google Drive, Google Cloud, FTP, Dropbox, and OneDrive, and use it to move assets from the storage to Picvario. In Options section, we can set some settings and turn on and turn off our AI features like face recognition and automatic tagging, and select languages for auto tagging. In Design section, we can upload our logo and change the accent color. In Domain section, we can link our domain and use it to get access. Please remember that all our features are described in articles here in our Help Center, and feel free to contact us via support@picvario.com if you have any questions. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.